Hello everyone, welcome to Control Alt Secure. So with me I have Vaibhav and I have Pankaj and they're from Tecpact. So before uh, me giving them a quick intro about them, I would leave the question to them. Because Pankaj is from sales and I have Vaibhav from the tech guy. So I want to share your experience. Maybe you can give an intro about you. So I'll start with Pankaj.
Thank you, everyone. So I'm working with Tecpact for last 5 years. In overall, it's been 25 years in total experience. But yes, in technical, it's more than 10 years. Been into it and completely into sales. So end-to-end sales.
Hello everyone, myself Vaibhav. I've been into IT industry close to 15 years now. Having journey started from being a support engineer till now heading end-to-end delivery team with Tecpact and been associated with Tecpact for 5 years now. We both joined together. That's all.
How is the traction when you hear these two terms, IAM and SIM in Indian market?
From my 15 years journey, I have seen customer now maturing to adapt this technology.
Wow.
Not because of the fear of a regulation.
Okay.
This used to be true if I look at the 5-7 years back.
Okay.
But now they are getting that visibility. Having the solution actually makes the security posture better. They gain much better visibility. And while I said ManageEngine already has been offering value to money, there were other competitive offering which customer used to deter, not to adopt that.
Okay.
So that was one of a reason the adoption is slow in India territory right now.
Okay, while I pause you here, obviously, like we equally meet customers like into up, but on Pankaj side, obviously the number of customers that you would meet or prospects that we would meet on the higher side. So IAM and SIM is like maybe it keeps having different names over the time, but identity management is a very common word. So obviously you would get that question: do you have any solution, or I'm looking for an identity management solution? So what would be the number maybe in last 5 years? The request that have come to you, just
I
a
think
ballpark number.
maybe 60% of, not as a number, I'll just say as a percentage in terms of the number of meetings I had. So I could say between 60 to 70% of the senior management leaderships. Either if you talk about the enterprise side or the large enterprise side, they are settled post-COVID in terms of security and identity side. Those guys are settled in terms of deciding on solution and then maturing in that way towards the roadmap. Yes, there may be certain additions which they have come across, but if I go and meet these guys from the mid-market or say people who are or small enterprise organizations, yes, they are still in the developing side. So 60% of those team members which I meet, they come across regular what kind of dashboards I can see in terms of identity side, what additions you have in those solutions. So those questions comes across. Yes, then we patch on the technical team in terms of providing them demonstrations, making them understand, okay, this is what you'll get. Because somewhat when they use the solution, they're not aware about that. The entire feature perspective which is available for them, they're not utilizing it. So that's wherein there may be somebody who has done the deployment. So we as a partner, as a solution, I would say as a solution engineering team or an agnostic team specifically on the area which we focus. Because when I joined Tecpact, my main focus was privilege access management. So that was my area which comes under the ZTNA portfolio. Yes, I am an IGA was part of it. So my interaction with people on the IAM side was more. So that's because I started from the access management journey.
Oh.
So yes, these questions, I would say that most of the guys comes across that what kind of solution you have and what challenges the solution can meet specifically to the current market and the compliance pointers which they have. If it's a BFSI, they come across with the RBI compliance, right? A financial institution, they come across with their different compliance segments, and few of them certainly wants to just tick on the solutions just to create that, okay, we want to comply with these pointers, so your solution will fit into this or not. So they come across with straight questions. Some certainly look for solutions for a technology that will certainly be scalable on a longer run, which could meet their team's growth or the roadmap as well, which they have from the technical side.
So we all know this year's theme is Think Enterprise. So
Yes.
now the question
Yes.
to
Yes, there are customers which we are supporting in and out 24/7 as well. We're providing sustenance services to them, managed services, even resources to them as well. We cannot consider them as a small enterprise or a medium enterprise. They're large enterprise for us because they're utilizing the entire ManageEngine portfolio with their entire 5,000 employees, right? And they can be in BFSI. I'm just talking about the area.
Define, okay, this particular customer is an SMB and this
Okay.
is an enterprise.
There are two ways. One is the total number of employees. The second is the volume which they are taking in terms of the volume of the business or the revenue side which they are buying. Obviously, if they are buying one particular solution with only 2 technicians and some nodes or some licenses, we cannot consider them. But yes, the definition goes by if say an XYZ service industry company or an SI, biggest like say any of the SIs, right? So they are using for one particular project. For obviously for an OEM that will be an enterprise customer or a large enterprise customer as an SI.
Okay.
But on the project side, they are using for an ex customer, they being a service company, that will be a small chunk for us. For us, it will be enterprise customer, but yes, for ManageEngine portfolio, he's not considered to be enterprise because he's looking only for the projects right now. But internally, if he's using it and globally, if he's using it, ManageEngine as a whole and the entire, I think, plethora which you have specifically in terms of solutions, like 90 solutions, I cannot remember all the names. But yes, in those areas, few things which they see that what are listed on the Gartner portfolio. What are the top 5, top 6? That's just a buzz on the side. But I think the positive note is if the functionality of those solutions, whatever they require, it meets. That's the major part.
I'll come to you on that again. Now, coming back to Vaibhav. Since I know, like from the IAM side or the SIM side, what is the most challenging requirement, or there is something asked from the customer which nobody is able to meet it? Is there something like that?
Before certain guideline came for everyone.
This is specific to Indian market.
So before that, a certain push came that everyone need to have 180 days of log retention. Customer were hesitant to even explore this SIM or even to adapt it. Now it's in a mandate for them, and they realize the types of attack which are happening, how SIM is playing a role to get that insight, how they could mitigate that. As a part of that, a SOC initiative. Either they do the in-house SOC or they outsource it, whichever way. And that challenge as such, it's only to have on-premises solution for selected set of customers, which they have a fear I cannot move anything to my cloud.
Okay.
It's because they don't get a visibility how the cloud providers are managing the data. And this is one of the advantages that ManageEngine has, not only for the SIM solution, but across your product portfolio, like you mentioned for enterprise. There's a huge potential because you already have stepped in each segment. You just need to upskill now to fulfill for enterprise, which is already in a roadmap in progress right now.
Now, challenges all the way, but when we speak OEMs like us, where we give you the cyber resilience piece, but again, like any conference that you go, there's this one topic that will be ringing everywhere, which is AI. They call it as elephant in the home or elephant in the house. Now, having this AI dominance, do you think AI can replace IAM or SI?
It should not.
It should not, okay.
Yeah, because I feel you cannot leave everything onto AI. You need a human intelligence to play a role, to decide and take decision.
Okay.
You cannot let the decision be taken by the AI.
Okay. But where do you think AI can be a helper in IAM or SIP?
Okay, but the way I am seeing your AI, it's not more a generative AI context. I'm looking on the AI, you already have workflows, which actually is helping my customers reduce their day-to-day mundane task, which I've seen because I come from a Microsoft background also. So I have done several Active Directory, Microsoft Exchange sort of implementations.
So when it comes to cybersecurity budgeting allocation, okay, What security tools or technology where money has been invested? Or
From the
what
enterprise
technology, or
from the enterprise side, you would like to ask?
could be anything.
Similarly, I think from the endpoint, it's EDR, then XDR and MDR. So these three technology area, which I think majorly the enterprise segment is focusing on. And now the new thing which comes across, as you mentioned, cyber resilience, right? Backup is the insurance policy for the company. Backup, right? Threat actors looking for, initially when they try to enter, they're looking for the backup solutions. They need to protect, the companies trying to protect that as well. So that area, plus now people which are big or large enterprises, they look for their brand monitoring and red teaming, specifically in terms of securing those. So that's the main thing, because they're listed companies, right? It could impact their shares. So they focus on that area more on the security portfolio as a whole. But there are a lot of walls, right? There are a lot of doors open and windows open. So you create n number of walls. It's an end point discussion. Like, you cannot control that, because maybe threat actors are inside, right? So controllability is, you cannot guarantee 100% in terms of security side. So a lot of tools comes across in security. If you talk about just pure security, it can be network, it can be endpoint, it can be database side, it can be server side. So defining in the
predominant spending.
majorly the endpoint and on the server side. So these two areas are majorly on the confidential data which they have. But the critical data, the data management side,
The area of customer
is a major area.
more. I'll say in top 10, usually we see DLP is one part of it.
Okay.
Data something which is protected within perimeter, but even outside, that's where the brand monitoring, dark web auditing, that area comes into it. Now, targeting not only your endpoint, the definition for endpoint has now become to handheld because of the types of data processing we do. So how do I confine my data to my own asset, and how do I differentiate with it? If I have bring your own device policies also, and then how do I protect data coming into my network? I'm protecting data getting leaked, but what about the data which is coming into my network? How do I do some sanity check before they get stored? So those are the areas we hear from our security customers, play security.
Okay. So one last question on the SIEM terms, because we've been hearing this term SOC. Okay. Let's say SOC 10 years ago. Okay. A help desk team,
Correct.
a ticketing team, and the monitoring team, a firewall team. Again, concluding would be a SOC team.
Correct.
Okay. Probably 4 to 7 teams a decade ago was modeled as a SOC team. Right now, you require 72 plus technologies to make it a SOC team. Okay. I'm on the market, meaning I'm on the field, you guys are also on the field, and we go hit an enterprise customer. First thing, can you give SOC? Yes. How do you, obviously you would have got this question. We do. How did you handle it?
We do.
So presently, as a system integrator, we do not have SOC, but we see in the market there are other companies which offer SOC as a service. So that's that has been our response. We as a company, we have this in a plan, but this will take several hours to adopt that. That's why as a company, we have been picking and choosing the OEM and the product technology, which later become parts of our the bigger strategy that's in our roadmap. So SOC, yes, many customers even usually having a SOC, this was a privilege for an enterprise customer who has a deep pockets. But now the small SME or even mid-market, they've realized that they need to, the management now need to shell out more money. And they understand how business, IT is supporting the protection of their businesses. So IT is no more just a spending part of it. It's passive supporting to a business, although it could not be an active revenue generating, but it's actually supporting a business. So you need to shell out more money. And they have to, this is the area where beside infrastructure spending, this is the one area they need to spend more.
No, when you pinch this particular area, So how does the customer respond? They say, do they say, no, Pankaj, this is a costly affair. How the whole
See, most of the enterprises, when we reach out, they have an agreement signed off with their technology partner. So there is a technology partner already inside which is working diligently on the security portfolio entirely. Any of the SIs you talk about. So they have a deal size for 5 years or 7 years across with them on the security stack. They provide end-to-end all those solutions coming across, wherein, yes, ManageEngine is also part of it. The other solutions also part of it. So entire stack, they set up a SOC team for them. They are supporting SOC as a service to them. But yes, that's a managed services contract as a technology partner for them. So for large enterprises, majorly this is the model which they follow.
Yeah.
Right? If you talk about companies which are mid-market, which have now trying to see that, okay, is there a SOC as a platform or as a service which is available, or a shared SOC as an approach, which because now it's a hybrid model, it's a hybrid model. So the challenges, people using similar device and they're 2-3 shifts. Obviously, the cost on the infrastructure they're trying to reduce. That's what they want to utilize that cost somewhere or the other in terms of technology area. But yes, there are still customers which are still seeing this and they're not able to get to that particular level because they don't have the entire knowledge of it, how to utilize that solution. See, it's not must to have for them. It's just as good to have for them.
Till they come across some disaster.
As an OEM, I will not comment on it. I am just on the hearing side.
No, customer, see, the investment strategy changes the moment they feel they are impacted. And that's why they change the priority of investment. We have seen with several customers who feel data protection is just, why should I need an insurance? I'm healthy. My diet and everything is good. I'm doing exercise. The moment you are collapsed, you realize the expense to recover. So that's the way they do it. And for SOC as a service, managing has one advantage I find, because your solution also has an NSP program. Yes, so this gives an advantage where to tap the SME market who do not have investment to have everything, plus the talent that is required to maintain that.
Okay. So something in my experience on the hybrid kind of a SOC, when we ask customers or like when we are on the conference, how many you have a SOC in place, maybe out of 10, 3 or 4 say I have an in-house SOC, maybe one would say in-house SOC. Yes. The rest they would say I have SOC, it means outsourced.
They rely on outsourced.
Oh, the second question where we see because SOC AI for the last 2 years is the coin term.
Correct.
And when we ask them, do you have a SOC? No. Then just boiling down on the same track, do you have a log collector with you or a syslog server? Yes. Okay. And then does that, how with the current endpoints being in the picture, like do you have an endpoint protection? Yes. Okay. Do you monitor all your traffic? They say yes. Okay. Is this something that is built in-house? No, we have separate vendors. Okay. Now when we speak a SOC system, we've been hearing it all starts with EDR, and then you travel on the XDR side of the story. Okay, once EDR is met, XDR is met, then I need a SIM solution which can collect log from all the sources. Great. And then if it can collect the log sources from there, then I want a SOAR capability.
Yes.
Yes. The end line for all of us is to how to give a proactive approach. But if we are strong with that prescriptive and preemptive approach, we can mitigate a lot of things.
Absolutely.
Correct.
And now having all these in place, the most challenge what customers say is, okay, all these are there in my organization, but having them speak to each other is a problem.
Yes. They don't like each other.
Is a challenge. So this is something I've heard with my own experience.
Just having syslog will not help customers. They need further analysis on top of it. The upper edge that, like I mentioned, you had an in-house syslogger. Competitors only have cloud-based. Now, when they ingest data in a cloud, they need analysis. What do I do after the analysis? I need an action on top of it. It's a continuous process for them also, that team. So, yes, we are going on a good journey. Same SOAR, UEVA, this capabilities is what is needed to customers right now, and they already have.
And we also concluded on that part. Now there's an integration possibility from area to XDR. You have your SIM, you have SOAR, you have UBA. All these are in place. And
This coming, I was fascinated with this new platform announcement as a single agent with management layer that's coming up. Even today, your FSO, full stack observability, I just heard. It was a excitement. I got excited with that because I used to ask my item delivery team, when will I hear this both product talk to each other? Because we have many customers who uses this OP manager stack. It could be in bits and pieces, and then there is this item site 24/7 also, which we sell to our customer. But a customer finds how can I keep reduce the number of dashboard that I have to look at it, or reduce the number of consoles that I could look at it. From manager perspective, they say I struggle to get the visibility and reports from the team who operates on top of it, because they also gives the same issue. Like for a SOC, multiple solutions are there. They don't talk to each other. They probably need some analytic solution which understand each solution and give some metrics of visibility correlated.
basically, it's two terms. One is your monitoring and other is your observability. When you combine these two together, it's like PDR effect as the full-fledged achieved. So with that, we have come to the end of the show. It's going to be a rapid fire pound. So maybe a one-word answer. You want to speak, still you can. So first question to the tech boy.
Okay.
Is SIM dead?
Not at all. It's not gonna be dead. I don't see any dead end for that, even for a foreseeable future. It could just keep enhancing, something like that. The AI and other many technologies will keep getting integrating, and it will be more of like a self-learning and adapting.
Okay. Now, second question. Can AI replace SOC?
Possibility. There's a possibility.
All right. Now, the number one reason why most companies fail to detect cyber attacks.
Lack of technology investment, and plus not having skilled resources who could understand that.
Okay. What's the worst thing a company can do after a breach?
Oh, wonderful. Please increase the budget, have right security consultant help them, architect, look at what went wrong, then devise a strategy and adapt phase-wise. They need to educate also their employees. And this is the last person that they actually have to do.
Was it not user education? Yes. Okay. Now, are companies overspending or underspending on security?
No, no one overspend.
No one overspends.
No or okay. Everybody asks for a negotiation.
Yes.
Okay. So the last question, the overhyped cybersecurity fear. Yes or no? Or
Not of a fear, but one common query that I come across from this is more from a frontline team, the system admin team. How many agents am I gonna keep installing on a single system? If I look at from a decade old time, it was just an antivirus. Now look at the technologies which are similar, and I keep installing. My productive applications are less compared to the other area which I install to my system. So yeah, this is a fear of them that I'm buying system high configuration just to accommodate the other technologies. And this is the area that they are scared of.
okay. All right. So with that, we have come to the end of this show. Thank you, Vaibhav. Thank you, Pankaj.
Thank you, Sujit.
It was your short span. We brought you here.
No, that's fine.
That's fine. Yeah.
Once again, thank you for coming for the show.